Hello and welcome to Big Blue News. My name is Quinn.
And my name is Joey. Let's waste no time and get right into these stories.
One of our select board members is not trying to be re-elected and is just retiring. Peter Spelios, after 9 years of being on the select board, is finally retiring. He took some time to share his appreciation of town staff Wednesday night at the conclusion of one of his final meetings on the board. Spelios shared his thoughts on the night a public library proposal was unveiled as the possible future for the oceanfront Hawthorne Hotel property that Spelios helped champion as a $7 million municipal purchase 2 years ago. There are now two women in the running for select boards, Danielle Leonard and Catherine Arrington. Both electees have been all over town trying to make a point. You can vote for them on April 30th. And congratulations to Peter Spelios for retiring.
An Oklahoma man was arrested on Wednesday after April 8th's attack on Salem Satanic Temple. Police accused him of throwing a certain explosive at the Massachusetts headquarters of a group called the Satanic Temple. Police found a note saying, "Dear Satanists, I was sent to send you a peaceful message to hope you repent." The note also said, "But want me to make a hard effort so nothing bad happens. I obey." This group does not worship Satan. If you look on their website, they campaign secularism and individual liberties. The case is still under investigation. Now we head to the atrium where Laurel interviews Mr. Wildman, the advisor of the robotics team.
Hi, I'm here with Mr. Wildman and the robotics team. When was the last competition?
Our last competition was a couple of weeks ago in Springfield.
How did it go?
It went really well. So we had our highs and lows though. On our first day, it was pretty challenging, but then the second day we really made a comeback, and it was a positive result.
That's great. What is your favorite thing about running this club?
Watching the students develop a robot for the challenge itself, but also watching them overcome challenges that they face during the events. So a lot of times the robots will break down in between matches, and watching them come up with a creative solution to actually fix the robot in a pit where we don't have all the tools and all the resources we normally have access to.
Great. Now we're going to take a look at one of the robots. Okay, should we go over here? So this is one of the robots. What are like some parts of the robot? Sorry.
Yeah, so the first feature of our robot is our intake. So it comes out like this, and it picks up the notes that are a game piece this year. And then it feeds it into our shooter, which shoots it into the speaker, which is what's how we score points in the game.
That's great. Thank you guys so much. Back to the news desk.
Thanks, Laurel. Preston Beach became crowded earlier than usual this season as a dead adult humpback whale was found near the shore last week. Scores of spectators came to see the body of the whale as it rose and fell with the weekend tides. As reported in the Lynn item, no clear reason for its death could be determined. By Sunday, the whale had been floated out of the cove so that scientists could contain the body and perform an autopsy to determine how it died.
In other news is a talent that one of our very own Big Blue News students possesses. Caden McDonald, a freshman here at Swampscott High School, seems to be a genius at puzzle solving, especially with Rubik's Cubes. In class the other day, he solved a Rubik's Cube in just around 20 seconds. There was no cheating at all. Our teacher, Mr. Dulett, scrambled it for around a minute and then handed it to Caden. He then observed and solved. That is why we have him now. Hello, Caden. Welcome onto the set.
Welcome onto the set. Pleasure to have you.
I've been scrambling this Rubik's Cube for you.
Okay.
We're going to start the timer right now.
All right, let's see the master at work.
So how long do you think you've been doing this for?
Couple years now. I know I learned in 5th grade.
How often do you practice?
Not a lot anymore, but I used to practice every day for multiple hours.
What goes through your mind when you're doing this?
Nothing really, it's mostly muscle memory.
Wow.
Really? Well, that was 20 seconds on the clock.
Thank you.
Color me impressed.
Okay.
Well, we thank you for coming
Thank you
onto
for
the
having
set.
me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Moving on, Swampscott presented a proposal for a new library that would cost over $30 million. Swampscott purchased Swampscott's staple establishment, Hawthorne by the Sea, and this would be the location for the proposed library. One of the main reasons for this library is so Swampscott can host bigger and better private events. The design of the library is going to have open glass panels in order to preserve the view of the ocean. The current library in Swampscott was built in 1917 and is facing many challenges with its location, size, and age. This new library would solve these issues. A member of the select board stated, "It's an idea for 15,000 residents to react to. The important thing about the process here is that whether there have been 1 or 100 meetings to date, there's going to be many more to come to give people a chance to comment on ideas. Overall, this would be a great chance to help improve Swampscott with the added space and new building."
Getting into the tastier side of news, Carson and Kennedy on Mix 104.1 hosted a pizza contest in the Boston area. There were 16 contestants and the winner was already announced. Our most local pizza shop, Monty's, didn't make it far but won the first round against Framingham Bakery, then lost in the second round to Leon's. The other contestants that made it past the first round were Jay's Flying Pizza, Louis, Galeria Umberto, Town Spa Pizza, Poopsies, and Pleasant Cafe. Most of these contestants are now out of the contest. The final two were Leon's and Pleasant Pizza. The winner of the Pizza Madness contest was Leon's. It was announced last week from Somerville, Massachusetts. It was decided that they had the best pizza around. Now we cut to the sports desk where Josh gives us the latest news regarding the sporting season.
The big story in sports this week is the torrid start for both the girls and boys lacrosse team are off to just over a quarter of the way through the season. The two teams are combined 14-2. The girls are 6-1 heading into their big league matchup tonight versus Danvers. Their goal difference this season is video game-like, as they have scored 99 goals in 7 games, opposed to 33 for their opponents, leaving them a plus 66 goal difference through 7 games. Coco Clopton continued her dominance, leading the NEC in goals and total points. She is now well over 200 points for her career. Over to the boys' side, they are 8-1 after defeating Danvers 18-2 last Thursday night. They have been really good to start the year. Their best W coming against Marblehead, as the Big Blue beat them for the first time since 2008. In a 10-9 win, sophomore Jason Rothwell leads the team in goals with 16, tied 6th in the NEC. Liam Keeney right behind him with 15. Timmy Sheen is in 8th with saves as 62. The softball team has a rough start so far under the first-year head coach of Brittany Coppinger, as they sit at a 2-4 start of the year. There are 2 wins coming against Manchester, Essex, and Winthrop. They lost to Saugus last Wednesday. The baseball team is 5-4 after their recent drubbing against Salem, 11-0. Jamison Ford had a double and a home run for the first of the year for the Big Blue. Chase Gruthius had 2 hits and 2 stolen bases, as well as Jack Spear pitched 6 scoreless innings with 8 strikeouts. Chase Gruthius had the most hits on the team with 10. Caden Ross leading the team with RBIs with 10, as well as Jack Spear leads the team in strikeouts with 27. The boys' tennis team here at SHS is off to a very good start, as when the first power rankings of the season came out last week. They placed 3rd in the MIA Division III. Trevor Talabian and brothers Charles and Sam Scapins have led the way. That's all I have for sports. Back to the news desk with Joey and Quinn.
Thank you, Josh, and thanks for watching this episode of Big Blue News.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next time.